So here it is, Narva. I've wanted to come here for a long time, ever since I came here in Estonia, I don't know, a decade ago or so for the first time, or maybe a bit less than that. And I've heard a lot about Narva as I've traveled around, because Narva is the closest European city to Russia by a long shot. It's on the Narva River, which is here, and this is Europe, and that is Russia. Europe, Russia, Europe, Russia, really close, separated just by the little river here. The bridge over here, we can see people moving across at one at a time, very slowly allowed in, big queue out on the border for those that I'm not sure how they're allowed to get across, but they must have rights to get across. They used to fire arrows from the European side across the Russian side. It's that close that arrows can be shot across the river. Sometimes it's been Russian owned, both of them. Sometimes it's been European owned, or the Estonian state owned on both sides, both castles. It's an incredible spot to be here. It does have a very strong Russian feeling. People look Russian. They wear that kind of hat thing, you know, like gypsies, and carry bags and big fat ankles. I know that's terrible, but they kind of look Russian, and they're speaking Russian and a big Russian. But that's okay, you know. I thought this place was going to be, you know, like a Tiraspol or a Donbass, and this is what people talk about. Is this the next entrance that people will want to come here through this area and attack Europe? Well, of course, if they did that, they're going to hit the European Union, and that's going to cause a whole lot of trouble for them in terms of war. But say Ukraine joins the European Union, and then they're at war with the European Union, there is a chance that, well, why not? You know, bang, come straight across from Russia, come straight across into Europe here, straight into Tallinn. You can then move north to Finland, south into Latvia, Lithuania, join up Kaliningrad, and grab the Baltic states relatively quickly. I have seen a huge number of people who are predominantly Russian speaking on the eastern side of Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia doesn't have many cities out there on the eastern side, but fishing up and down those rivers, talking to people, I've realized that European Union's not what it's shaped up for people. You know, they're not on good salaries and poor salaries, 700 to 900 euros a month they've got to live off. They've got multiple jobs. They're feeling left behind by the rest of Europe. They feel like Europe gives, you know, other countries gets opportunities and jobs and stuff. And here they're not being given those opportunities and jobs, and they might get those with Russia. So they, just like any human, just want to go where it's easier, and so people are sort of leaning towards Russia, which I found really interesting. In this town, majority of people speak Russian as their primary language. Education's in Russian. A lot of the signs are in Russian, because in the Second World War in 1944, the Russians came, smashed up most of Estonia, but 95% of this town was bombed or burnt to the ground. So pretty much the whole lot was destroyed. And unlike post-war restoration that happened in Europe, here the Russians decided it wasn't worth building many things again. And so there's a lot of new Soviet-style architecture, which is quite frankly horrid. Just vertical hard lines. And people live in that, so they feel Russian because they have they're living in a sort of Russian world. It doesn't mean they are Russian. I don't get the feeling. I feel like they are European. And just walking around and just listening to people talking and going to the shops, it doesn't feel like Tiraspol, for instance, where I was a few months ago down in Moldova, which really did feel Russian, a Russian enclave. And those people really did want to become Russian with their own army and with their own government and everything else Russian, own currency. But here it just feels like people just choose to be Russian. So the possibility is this could be a spark of violence. This Narva place could be a spark of peace. And through the peace and collaboration of showing that we can live in harmony through Europe and Russia together. And it doesn't matter if on one side of the border they're speaking English or speaking Estonian or Latvian or whatever it happens to be, and the other side they're speaking Russian. It's about peace and living in harmony together as good neighbors. So Narva, really excited to be here. It's hours from anywhere. It's another 2.5 hours to Tallinn. An interesting piece of history, an interesting corner, just a few meters from Europe and Russia, at war in one place, at peace in another.